Keeps talking about tapping into your feminine energy or standing in your masculine energy. But what does it really mean? Is it just social media speak, or is there value in understanding these energies in ourselves and in our relationship? You're welcome to another edition of the Bedroom Dialogue, and of course I am your host, Omobolawa Olawore. As always, I have some really interesting people. You know I mean that when I say that. I have interesting people to really dissect when we say masculine energy and feminine energy. Don't you go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still the Bedroom Dialogue, and as I said before we went on break, I do have some very interesting people with me in the studio. First up, if you've seen the show, if you've seen any episode of the show, of course you know her, the beautiful Olutayo Oyeniro, business entrepreneur. Hi Tayo, how are you doing?
Hi Bolawa, I am reporting for duty, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to the show.
Always very demure. Okay. I'll accept it. And next up we have Olamide Onwuka, sports analyst and on-air personality. Olamide, how are you doing?
I'm ready to go.
You know, one would see you with this your shades.
I'm ready to go.
One would see you with this your shades and they would have questions, because I don't normally allow shades on my show.
So actually I wouldn't use it normally. The reason why I use this is because I'm ready to throw it at anybody who comes for me.
Interesting. Is it not? Interesting. All right, next up we have Faith Omole, artist. How are you doing, Faith?
Hi. I'm doing nice. I'm doing really nice, and this is my first time on this kind of show actually. So I'm ready to catch any shades and throw it back.
This is
your father that owns Omole Estate.
You know, that was what
I get that a lot. No.
No, Abby.
I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't roll with us. That's what you're saying.
Not like that. I mean, with the state of Nigeria, I think I would still be in this country. No.
Nigeria was the first one to catch the shade. But
innocent Nigeria.
He deserves it, Sha. Do better, Nigeria. Do better. All right, you guys, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are doing great today.
We are.
So the topic is dissecting the masculine and feminine energy. So on social media a lot these days, especially TikTok and Instagram, you see standing in your masculine energy, tapping into your feminine energy, and you're like, what do you mean? Because according to science, we all have the Y and the X chromosomes. So what makes a man and a woman is both in like equal size. And these days, gender wars are like, we have people saying they, them,
him, her.
Yes. So pronouns are now 18. So when you are saying that stand in your feminine energy, so I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and we were talking about like changing light bulbs, and I'm like, I would change a light bulb with quickness. Like if something is bad in my house, I would change it, because I wouldn't want to be. I'm not the kind of person that would want to wait. That somebody's going.
How about killing a rat? You want my shade?
Cockroaches.
I can throw it.
I need it. That is where I draw the line. That is where I draw the line, because I would freak out. I would freak out so much.
I think it depends on the situation. If you had no choice, if your back was against the wall, you would kill something bigger than a rat.
Yes, I second that, because in the face of danger, your adrenaline starts
you just want to survive.
So your natural instinct will tell you, if you don't have the opportunity of fleeing, you will have to kill.
You have to defend yourself.
I beg to differ. This is something I've seen practically with women. Like,
how many women?
Do you know how many? I'm saying like 5 cases or more. When I was in school. Do you understand? I'm not talking small friendly ratto. I'm talking big ones, those ones that gymmed. Do you understand? I am pretty sure that Tayo, Bolawa, and you will run. No, so which feminine and masculine energy are you tapping into exactly? Please be
All right,
specific.
chill. Let's dissect this thing.
Okay.
What is feminine energy?
All right. I believe, though I don't really do energies, I believe more in personalities than energies. And I believe in individualism than everything else, right? But to my smart knowledge, and based off of the things that I have seen online, when people say feminine energy is for you to be a woman, exist from that feminine personality that you were created, how you were created. I don't know if that makes sense, because I feel like I'm rambling.
I'm still confused.
But when I hear that, people are just telling you, just stay in your woman lane.
What is that not reductive?
I think I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
There's this box that women are kept in, right? You're supposed to be soft.
Yeah.
If you're anything but soft, they'll say you have agbero vibes. You're supposed to dress a certain way. You can't wear something too baggy. Some parts of your body
They'll
must
call you
show.
tomboy.
Yes. So that's basically what that means. You have to, if you see a baby, you have to be you have to want to carry the baby.
I don't know that baby.
Which box? Wait,
I don't know that baby.
I don't know.
That is
I don't
how
know.
we are expected. That is the feminine energy thing that is going around everywhere now.
'Cause I
you are
see-
supposed not to kill a rat, like he said.
Okay, but I mean, my feminine energy, I'm not supposed to kill a rat.
No, that's Agbero vibes.
That's like over. Okay, because I see it online where people say, "Oh, feminine ways to talk to him, feminine ways to dress, feminine," and I'm like, is this not reductive? Like, this is the 21st century, and we're at like the third wave of feminism. Are we not going backwards?
Sometimes, to me, like I said in the beginning, I believe more in individualism. You should do whatever it is you want to do. If you feel like killing a rat, go ahead and kill the rat. If you feel like wearing baggy trousers, go ahead and wear baggy trousers. If you feel like wearing oversized clothing, and by the way, oversized clothing nowadays are very fashionable and very trendy. So go ahead, do what your mind or body just feels like. Your personality, just be you. So yeah,
that actually makes sense. Now let me come to Olamide. We're talking about masculine energy. For you, what does it entail? Because you see all this podcasts. I don't know if you've ever watched any podcast.
I've seen a lot.
I'm a man, a king. I know my words.
I shouldn't cry.
You have to be a man. You have to do this. I don't know if you know Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
it's like
that guy.
Do you know him? Have you ever seen him?
Of course.
And
Of course you would know him.
They push this narrative like how to be a man, how to not cry, don't be vulnerable, bottle all your feelings, never let anybody see yourself. Be dangerous, be formidable, go to gym 12 hours a day, bulk up so that you can be a man.
So, if you noticed, I haven't spoken since this show started. I've just been dropping a little quote, but get your plates ready because I'm about to spew wisdom. Now, this, when you say masculine energy, we're talking, the essence of being a man. What's the essence of being a man? Now, there are things that makes a man, apart from the physical qualifications, which is, possessing what God gave you to reproduce. Yeah, balls and, the other one.
Dick.
Yeah. Can I say that?
Yes.
Balls and dick. I can say that. Okay, now that's that. So now there are other aspects of being a man. And number one of the things that makes you a man is, number one, how you handle situation, your courage, your response to situations that comes around you. I mean, I just painted a scenario. A normal man would not run away from, responsibility.
Please, a normal.
A normal man. A man that
Would you
has
not want to use a
his
typical
testosterone. A typical man would not run. A man whose testosterone is at a very normal level. I'm not talking about
We see danger and charge towards the danger.
Look, no.
Which one be
I'm
she
not,
man
I'm not, no,
again?
the era where you have guys dressing like women, they call it cross-dressing. That's not, like, how can you say that one is a man?
I mean, if they don't identify as a man, then they are not a man.
Look, there are different things that makes a man, right? And I've just painted situations, apart from the physical, physiological aspects. A man is a man, number one, by a lot of things. The way he handles situations, the way he does things, his response, his sense of responsibility. A man, when you look at a man, you see, like Bolawa, when I'm seated here now, you can't call me less of a man because, first of all, the presence is there. Do you understand? There's presence. When a man enters into a room, he commands that presence. A man, that's a typical man. Do you understand? Now,
so women don't command any presence.
I'm not trying to take it. If you want us to go there, we can go. Right?
You're not making any distinction. You're not saying what a normal human being should be.
A man, you asked me masculine energy. Now, the place of energy, what I'm talking about is when you see a man who possesses that masculine energy, he is a man that carries presence, who has aura, has charm. Do you understand? When he enters, he commands attention. He knows that, look, I am here, solution already comes. That's masculine energy.
Cheers to men.
You can go ahead. As I said, get your bowl because I'm spitting wisdom.
Uncle, I wonderfully and beautifully disagree.
Okay, go ahead.
So why did you clap?
No, I wanted him to feel special.
Go ahead.
You are mean girls.
Because men
think
that they are smart. But the female is actually smart.
No, we can't use men and then say females. Men, women.
Okay, men, female.
I'm saying, I said female because that is the gender. Do you understand?
The men is also the...
I can't say women.
Why?
I think we understand
the reason is I want to generalize. I don't want to leave out the even upcoming ones.
Oh, okay,
of course, I cannot call children women.
Okay.
I can say girls, but just to not differentiate, that's why I said female. The reason is because everything he just painted, a woman can also do. A woman can walk into a room and immediately you are seeing solution. A woman can walk into a room and command that presence. So it's not by whether you're a male or you're a female. It is still an individual thing. And what makes you command, what was the language you used?
Aura, respect, presence.
No, there was presence. How do you command presence? I cannot walk into a place dressed like I'm just coming from Iyasuliya's buka and I'll command any presence. Maybe, yes, but for the wrong reasons. But if I dress up and I look good and I smell good, before I even walk in, people are already like, the atmosphere has changed, the who is around.
Who is this that enter?
So it's not necessarily based on whether you have masculine energy or fem. I do get what you're trying to say, that there is this masculinity when a man comes into a space, but I still believe it's an individual thing, not masculine or feminine.
Can I just say something to what she said? Look, even from the existence, from the inception, if you look, let's take it a little bit to the Bible now, right? If you look at the existence of man, the very essence of man, right, you'd understand that when it comes to certain things, like number one, leadership, right?
Women can lead too.
I'm not saying women.
No, it's actually women can't lead in the Bible too.
I'm not saying women cannot lead.
Not now.
Look, this is where the feminist agenda comes in. Nobody is saying that women cannot lead. I've had female bosses before, right? And I know how they are. Quite frankly, if I pose a question now to majority of women, would you prefer to work with a male boss or a female boss?
I prefer a female boss.
You prefer a female boss. But guess what? The people I talk to, like some ladies that I've asked the same question, they say they prefer to work with a male boss.
Why?
Why is that?
They want to sleep with him?
Oh,
Because
men are easier to work with compared to women. A woman can be in a period now and then, she's coming and she's giving attitude. Women in some cases don't know how to comport themselves.
Do you think that's true? Have you experienced
I have experienced it. Trust me. I have. And except you don't want to lie to yourself.
I have experienced it.
If you have a female boss, the truth is that majority of women, Girls don't like to work with female bosses.
You
True
didn't
or
like
false?
that.
Why?
I don't know where you get your statistics from,
Yeah.
but I would like to work with a female boss.
Okay.
I
And the
would like-
friends,
Have you ever
the
worked with a
friends
female
I've
boss
had
before?
around me, I've had my best
Have you
friend
worked with a female boss before?
Yes.
So what was the experience? That was good.
It was okay, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, we got closer.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Normally, with a manager, you're not supposed to get like too familiar. You get,
Yeah.
but with a male boss, you are scared that this person might be interested in me eventually.
Exactly. There's always
That
that
happens.
fear.
Does it always have to be
But with a
sexual
female
or
boss-
why
Oh
does it
my
always have to
God.
It
be
is
about
not our
How
fault. That
about
is how male
Look.
bosses do.
How about the male boss may not understand me when I say, oh, I want to take permission to be away from work for today because I am at that time of the month and the cramp is bad. He would not understand.
You think a
Be-
male won't understand? Is that what you think?
Some won't
See,
understand.
Let me tell you
That's
another.
the
Let me
truth.
tell you another aspect of
Okay.
working with a male boss.
Educate me, please.
If you're, as a female working with a male boss, any nice thing you do for your boss is considered a green flag. They just expect, oh, you're nice to me, I'm interested.
It's like, honestly, oh my God, I feel so seen.
You can't be nice
I
to your
feel
male
so
boss.
sick.
Good, now this is where the problem is.
You can't.
Look.
Everything they see it as a green flag. Oh, this girl
Yes,
wants me.
you can't get too
I'll
close
give it
to them.
you.
Like,
and
I
if they try
always-
to come to you, if they try to touch you,
I don't
and
know
you're
the
like,
bosses.
no.
Speaking your language.
I don't know the
If they
bosses
try
you
to-
all have been
if
working
they try
with.
to come on to you and you're like, no, sir, that was not my intention. They'll be like, are you lying to me now?
I don't know. I don't know the male bosses you've been working with.
Oh, please.
I don't know
you
where
are
they
not
are.
a woman.
I
you
don't
can't
know.
experience
No, because
this.
I've had female bosses. Okay, what if I go ahead and start spewing that? Okay, look, I've had female bosses who have, sexually proposed or done some
Have
kind
you?
of.
Have you?
What makes you think I have not?
No, have you just answered the question?
No, let's say I don't want to say it on TV.
He's shy.
Come.
He's shy.
Let's say I don't want to
We
say it.
understand.
These things is both ways.
We
You know what I'm
understand.
saying? It's
That
both
is what
ways.
I'm saying.
It doesn't mean
You
you don't have
understand it's
female
both
bosses.
ways.
You don't have female bosses making advances at their male staff
See,
as well.
that's why I understand her when she was talking about it's about individual differences. People are different regardless of gender.
I know
I
that.
can be an evil person and I'm female. Another person will be evil and male. It's not about.
All right,
I don't know
let's
if you understand.
center the
I got you.
conversation again. So Olamide is saying that as a man, there's a way you show up, there's a way your presence brings solutions.
Solution.
And Tayo is saying that can happen to anybody. I understand where she's coming from. Like anybody can show up and have that presence, that aura.
Of course, you would understand.
Wow.
Shots were fired. I was trying to
Wow.
be diplomatic, but shots were
He
fired.
was one I wanted to throw shade.
Yeah. I just remembered now.
You would understand. Why would
That's
you?
the masculine
Need energy. Okay. So I just want to ask, like particularly to you, because like we have 3 women on the show. So the conversation, I'm trying to center the conversation where it's arts balance.
Yeah.
So I just want to like talk about like, do you think that there's anything that like distinctly is like the male energy that?
For me, I mean, when you're talking, let me relate this to relationship now, because if you're talking about masculine and feminine energy, it's basically how a woman should act in a relationship and how a man should act in a relationship. Now, for example, you've seen women who have tend to be domineering, right? Sometimes women like to exert their authority over a man, which is not supposed to be that way. Some women can go out dishing out instructions to their spouse or friends. They take out that energy at the office, take it home to their husband, because you're commanding people at the office. You think you can command your husband. No, it's not like that. But when you're putting it in relationship, you have to know that there are certain ways that you can channel your feminism or your feminist energy or your feminine energy when you're relating with your man in a relationship. You don't talk to a man like, guy, look, I want this, I want that. No. You have to understand that there's a place for, first of all, a man has ego. I'm sure you know of these things very well. There's a way you talk to a man. If you want to get something done, there's a way you talk to him and you get it done faster. Do you understand? There are also ways that you can talk to a man and you feel disrespected. We were asked the question. We were asked the question that, let me just relate it to, they said, what are the 3 things that a man needs? Number 1, a man needs food, right, in his marriage. He needs peace of mind.
And
Peace
sex.
of mind. No, is it sex?
Yes, nah.
Sex is part of, the
You said,
benefit.
You you're supposed to mention it first because that's what you people want.
Sex,
What do you mean, you
peace, food.
people? Don't you like sex? You that are talking, don't you like sex? Look,
I'm
the
a
point
child
is,
of God.
if you want to, you did. How on earth they
Okay,
talk
so
like this?
I don't like to. I'm doing this new thing where I don't center like romantic relationships.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about this masculine and feminine energy, do you think that in your male relationship, your friends, you have guy
Yeah.
friends, your masculine energy, how would you show up? Like, it's different. You have female friends too.
Mm-hmm.
How would you say it's different? How does it show up in
Yeah,
like
male to male?
male to male friendship
Yeah.
and female to male friendship?
So male to male friendship, we're guys. You understand? When men are conversing, like it's a therapeutic session. Because there are certain things that a man can talk to his friend, right? That he cannot talk at home. For fear of number one, judgment. Yeah. Fear of judgment.
So those are not good things.
No, look, I can tell a woman something. I can tell my girlfriend something now. And she can use that same thing against me tomorrow.
Example.
For example, I'm afraid of being vulnerable to my girlfriend.
Example.
Look, if I tell a girl today that I'm broke, I don't have money, tomorrow this girl will insult me if something goes south.
Can I say
I know guys are watching this thing and they are agreeing with me, but ladies will not. You know why? Because the ratio is not, there's partial in the ratio 3-1.
All right, you guys, let's go on a short break. Tensions are very, very high in the studio. Olamide is feeling ganged up again, and the women are boiling. They have so much to say. But we'll be taking a short break. When we get back, we'll dissect the feminine and the masculine energy conversation further. Don't you go anywhere. I'll be back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, and we're having a very, very interesting conversation about the masculine and the feminine energy. We've come quite far trying to define exactly what the masculine energy is and what the feminine energy is. And Olamide was put on the spot because he had to speak for the male gender. Olamide, I'm sure that you're feeling like, oh
No,
wow.
I mean, I came prepared for all of you.
Is that why you're wearing your shade?
All of, wait.
Is that why you're wearing your shade?
I just
You
threw
took it
at her.
off.
I threw shades at
Finally,
her.
my prayers have been answered.
I threw shades at her.
Yay.
Give me back my shade.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I
we are
wanted to
feminine.
say
We kind of have more
something
emotional intelligence.
before we went on break.
Short. Well
I
done.
wanted to say something before we went on the break, right? There is some sort of delusion when I hear men say, oh, I cannot be vulnerable to my partner. I cannot tell my fiance or girlfriend. I'm not even talking about girlfriend, but my partner, my life partner, something, and they would not use it against me later. There is some sort of delusion in that because, number one, the question I want to ask you is, who are you with?
It's exactly like it's so basic.
What Bolawa has been doing is exactly.
I'm
I'm relating so much.
I am coming,
Land.
so
No problem, land.
Oh, Jesus.
who are you
Sweet.
with?
Exactly.
And then second thing is, why do you think, let's even say you are with somebody that has sense, why do you now think that that person that you know has sense so much that you want to spend the rest of your life with them would use something against you?
The thing is, you women sometimes you tend to you get emotional. Look, there's a difference between emotional and logical.
That's
I
what
tend
I
to-
want
beg
to
to
say.
differ.
Women
I am
are more
very
emotional
logical.
while men are
Excuse me, sir.
logical. Do you
I
know
am-
how much
I am
calculation
more-
goes into a process?
I am more logical
Yeah.
than emotional.
Oh, that's a big lie.
Anybody that knows
That's
me,
a big lie.
anybody that knows me will tell you
That's what?
for a fact that
Yes.
I am a very logical person.
Okay.
I approach issues from a logical standpoint. If my female friend says, I have cramps, my world is falling upside down, blah 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 blah, in my mind I'm like, yeah, it's part of life, get over it. I can be like that.
Brutal. Like, I would not want to hear
I
that.
can be like that.
Please don't tell me
and
that.
if you come to me and say, oh, my boyfriend did this and my boyfriend did that, I'll tell you, what did you also do? I would not want to prioritize emotion because the person is same
But
gender
is that not
as myself.
insensitive?
It is not, because I love to approach issues and approach things from a very logical standpoint. If you tell me, oh, I am sick, I need to take a leave. What is the nature of the sickness? Headache. My dear, you can be at work while having your headache.
You would be a very mean boss.
I am not. Actually, I am just logical, because I always put myself in a situation where, okay, I can be in 10 places at once. That's just figurative, by the way. I can be in 10 places at once, but if somebody else says, my world is crashing down to shit, I want to know why. And it must be genuine to actually let me see that, oh yeah, the person's world is actually crashing down. Let's give them a break.
All right, interesting. All right, so we've been doing the male energy versus female energy, and I think I do stand with you when you say it's an individual thing.
Yes,
male
individualism.
energy, female energy. Please, anybody can show up. Anybody can have that aura, that energy.
Anybody can be responsible.
Yes,
And
definitely.
soft and loving
soft.
and nurturing.
Yes.
A man can be nurturing and soft and vulnerable.
I'm not you still keep thinking that when I say masculine energy, like I'm a man. I love.
Okay, how do you
And so
love?
I get vulnerable too. But
How?
the point
But you say you
is,
can't be vulnerable
no,
with your
listen,
woman.
my wife, not your girlfriend. Your girlfriend will use it against you.
Why are you dating
That's
somebody
what
that
you
will
should have
use?
said.
The truth is that the majority look. I
But you
don't
also
know.
pass through
Look.
dating stage with this your wife.
See,
Sure, you know.
the point is, there's so much. Look, that's why I said, look, when men are seated, the amount of confidentiality they have. Number one, the amount of confidentiality they have when
I
men are
disagree.
gathered.
No, I think the reason he's saying this is because what they usually discuss among themselves are always
Women.
bad stuff.
If a
Women.
man
They're
comes,
Just downright gossip.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
that-
cheated
that's-
with this one, please. No
Do
one.
you know how
should
much
lie
bills
for
have
me.
gone?
It's just downright gossip.
Do you know-
Lie for me and tell
we had
me
some people
I'm not
on
here
this
at this
set.
time.
On this set saying, I don't want to say the thing, no. And the other person that knows, the person that was saying, I don't want to say the thing, no. So what's the thing? And you just said, don't tell him all that.
Do you know how much deals have gone
Which
down?
confidentiality?
In the kidney that's been signed, when people sit down, when men gather, you think it's all about women and big nyash that men are always talking about when people gather around table.
Yeah,
It's not about
I
big
do
nyash.
think
Carry
that.
your fine face, come out here, who will help? We're talking money. Do you understand? It the place
you're
of comfort.
talking money.
Your brothers, like
You're talking
see,
money, Olamide. You're talking money.
not
But are
just
you
money.
talking like real things,
Bolawa,
feelings,
Bolawa.
emotions?
The
Guys
last
will be
time-
friends.
the
Guys will be
last
friends
time-
for 6 years. They
Yeah.
won't know each other's surname.
Like I've seen it in real life.
That's the
Another
best part
thing
of
is,
the friendship.
They would not give themselves good advice.
That's
no.
the best part of
They
the
would,
friendship.
Let me tell you something.
Excuse me, sir, before you say something.
Yes.
They really know
You
each
will
other.
have a guy
Yeah.
and his friend, and this guy knows that his friend is cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
Instead of him to draw his ears and say,
It is
guy, how
normal
far?
for
But they
them.
will say, oh, I beg.
So women don't
There
do
is
it
no
too.
perfect marriage.
So women don't do it too, Abi.
If a woman does it, the society will come out and say she's an ashawo.
So women don't do it too. Women, do you people give yourself good advice?
Yes, we do.
We want the best.
So men
for
don't give
ourselves.
themselves good
I
advice.
don't think so.
I would like to clarify when they say feminine energy, it's not about like shouting. That's basic respect. They say things like, oh, maybe we're online and a girl is posting like sporty bet sleep, like, oh, she was on sporty bet, oh, look at what she won, and somebody was just like, be a lady, like, you know, ladies don't bet.
No.
Ladies don't bet.
I think that's just ridiculous.
Be a lady. Don't be betting. Or I already mentioned like the changing of the bulb. There was a girl that came on social media and she was like, our talking stage broke up with her because he saw her doing the plug of a generator. You saw that, right?
I think I saw that.
And he was like, you don't need me now. If you can change, if you can change the.
Well, to be fair, men are happier when they're needed, right? And that does not mean that if I can carry the basket of tomato myself, it's not because you're not needed. It's because I can do it.
Actually, I have a say on that. I think it's deeper than men wanting to be needed, because I think in the times of our mothers, women depended heavily on men.
Yeah.
Most of them couldn't divorce their husbands, even in abusive relationship, because where will you go? How will you take care of yourself? So now, and the children, right? So some of them will stay, and the man will stay, even if the man is not contributing, he will still feel like a man in the family, right? So, but now, women are at a stage where we can take care of ourselves. We go to school, we can handle our finances, I can own my house, you get, I can do everything without a man. So when men come in, they're like, okay, what am I even needed? Like,
What am I here for?
I can do everything without a man. That's blasphemy.
No.
Can we let it finish, please? Let's
They have their
finish.
ego, right? So when you are this kind of person that is independent, they don't like independent women. So when you are that way, they're like, so what am I needed for? That's the case of the girl that could change the generator plug and the man was like,
Wait, you said,
Faith,
you said you can do everything without a man, Abi.
I didn't say that. I'm giving a scenario.
And the scenario, like he said, look, we coexist for each other. We need each other to survive.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but our mothers have suffered in a situation where they had to take care of everything.
Which of our mother? It's not my own mother.
I'm talking
specific.
generally. If you think back,
you say their mother that
most
suffer. It's not my
women,
mother.
they had to take care of themselves and the children because the man wasn't responsible.
Yeah.
So they are teaching their daughters that, take care of yourself, have everything you need, apart
Like
from
be
a man.
independent.
Be independent.
Look, the truth is that
Independent. I said dependent. You guys are scattering my head away. Be independent.
Some men actually love independent women. And that can be, from a woman's standpoint, that can be a curse rather than a blessing.
Yes, definitely.
Because they will be like, there's no need to buy her present for Valentine's.
They say it's boss
no
lady.
need to buy her this one.
They
no
say
need
it's
to
boss
give.
lady.
She has her own money. Like my partner has told me one day, because I was like, wait, this one has not bought me anything for the entire years that we've known each other. And I'm like, guy, why have you not bought me anything? He said, I don't think you need anything now. You can buy all these things yourself.
Now.
You know, but it can be a curse rather than a blessing. Whereas some men just downright don't like independent women. I don't know if
Because
it's
of
an ego
control.
thing, maybe control.
No, it's
I
not
don't know
about. Look,
why.
I think I'll answer that thing.
Okay.
It's not about control. Like I said, there are some societal and gender-defined roles, right? And there are some societal and gender expectations. There are
I
certain
won't
things.
come up for this gender
There are
role.
there are
That's
some,
another topic.
no, there are certain things expected of you as a woman, and there are certain things expected of me as a man.
Who is expecting it of me?
No, the society. Actually, look,
society?
it's a norm.
Society shouldn't come in your marriage.
So can I say something? When you see a man getting pregnant now, is it not a problem?
Those are biological.
Okay, now this
That's
is another thing.
that's extreme.
There's no rule that says that a woman cannot make her money. There's no rule that says that. A woman is entitled to making her money, right? And that was why, if you take your mind back to what I said, at home, you don't take your boss-like characters home. Because look, when you get to some home economics, there are certain rules and regulations that apply there. Do you understand?
Like what?
You don't go living your life like you don't have a certain head of the family. Give respect to whom respect is due. He's the head of the family.
Okay, what does
Acknowledge
he
that.
give respect?
How do you give disrespect?
A man would love. Look, if you want love, you see love. If you want a man's love, give all they ask for is just love, respect.
The love of Christ is
Can you
just
explain
respecting.
examples of how to love the man? In the
How to
house?
love a man.
that's what
I
I'm
just said
asking.
respect now.
Like
Respect
put
him.
it in example.
Need them to serve him
I'm not
food.
saying you should. Look.
President
It's still the same thing we're
among the
talking. That's why I
nations.
said respect. There's a way you talk to a man.
Okay.
Number one, you don't mess with a man's ego. It's a show of disrespect.
Why does a man have ego in the first place?
Well, it's God you should ask that one, no, because it's innate.
God is very humble.
No, it's God given. You can't
God
take
is
that away from a
humble.
man.
You would not put
But
ego
God
in
is
you
always
people.
preaching about like humility in the Bible.
Do you think ego means
He came and became flesh, and the
that the man
flesh
doesn't have humility?
dwelleth amongst men.
Wait, I have a question, Balawa.
Humility.
Do you think ego that a man has ego, it means he's not humble, or it doesn't have ability.
What is ego?
Like literally, is the literal meaning?
Like, ego, when we're talking about ego here, we're talking about the space of dignity that a man has. You don't go bruising his dignity.
But everybody has
Like,
that.
see, you are being vague.
Look,
Give me like practical examples.
I don't know which way you
of-
want me to explain.
Like, okay, how should the woman, let's say the woman is the one cooking. The woman should always cook, Abi.
Don't you know what you're supposed to do as a woman? She not go to tell you what
no,
you go do.
from your perspective, tell me
Don't be
now.
me go tell you
I
what you
would
to
like
do.
the Red Room to be
want
a
to know what you're
very
talking about.
forward-thinking
I'm not
show.
the one who's going to tell a woman that she should just respect her husband.
How?
Doing the right things you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you're being vague. Like, what are those right things?
I
You
think
don't-
we
so
have
you don't
to
know
do
the right
another
things to do.
episode for the both of you. But yeah, do you guys think that these kind of conversations about the feminine energy and the masculine energy, is it helping relationships, like romantic relationships?
It is, and I would say it is not. Because standing in your masculine energy, they say to men, right? I recently put up a post that society will tell men directly, conceal it, don't feel it, don't cry. But it is instantaneous, it is physical, it is direct. And something that is direct, you can confront. You can say no, you can have a choice. But for women, they indirectly tell us to conceal, don't feel, don't show emotions, don't cry. And I say, how can you confront, say no, have a choice when you don't know you're being programmed? Right? And I think that is one thing social media has done to this particular topic. You're a woman and just cook, clean the house, you're a homemaker, don't do too much. Just soft speaking,
Yes.
rub his head.
And if he slaps you
but-
once, just forgive him.
Yes, forgive.
That's how they are.
I don't
Yes,
know where
please,
you
please.
get all
I'm
these.
going somewhere.
I
I'm
love
going somewhere.
you, I'm not
it so
attacking you.
much.
I'm not
I
attacking
love
you.
it
Going
so
somewhere.
much.
Rub his
I'm not
head.
attacking you
Forgive
for
him.
real.
Even if he cheats every day with different
Yeah,
women.
that's how they are.
Forgive him. You
It's
are
their
a woman. You are the
nature.
one. A woman is the person that keeps the home. Be a Proverbs 31 woman, virtuous woman. But it gets so exhausting that you get to a point as a female that you be like, I am exhausted. Where do I go from here? You have lived your life as a life of service so much that you don't even know what your wants and needs are. Now, for the men,
Why are you nodding?
I'm in my Oprah
feeling
era. I'm in my
attacked?
Oprah era. Please.
All Bolawa does, I agree. I
for
agree
the
with
men,
Tayo.
they will say, stand in your masculine
Masculine
energy.
energy. Be a man.
Be a man. What it does is it makes men rigid. So when they see love catwalking towards them, they are second guessing. They second guess anything. Oh, will she use it against me? Will she, if I cry, would they not say I'm a sissy? Things like that. And it just keeps their mind in this conditioned environments, mental environments, where they feel like the only way I can be respected is when I'm the man.
Actually, I feel the issue with men that keep saying they want to be in their masculine is they don't want to have anything that makes them look like a woman, because they know how women are treated in the society. They do not want anything that makes them look in a way like
They
a
don't
woman.
They don't want any similarities.
They hate it. Even
And
women that
society
cross
would.
dress. Even women that cross dress.
You
see, it's for fun. It's for fun. They don't want to be a woman.
Is he a woman?
Because they know how women are treated. So they don't want to be in that space.
Clock it,
Look,
sister.
I love you guys so much.
Please, if I can get a single shot on this hand. Don't worry. Look, you see, they've been speaking English. The best way to hide the truth or hide some certain things is by speaking big English. And they have successfully done that. The earlier you as a woman realize that it's a man's world, but we know it won't mean anything without women. It's a man's world. Don't let them deceive you. There are certain things that you should do as a woman. It's a man's world.
It's changing now.
It's changing.
Yes.
But
Feminist.
what world would you operate? Like even the singer that said this is a man's word, but it would mean nothing without a woman.
Look, I'm not disputing that we don't need women.
So when you have a meaningless world, do you still even have
it's a man? Okay, see where men took this word to now. World War III is coming. Why?
Men.
Okay, it's a man's word. Is it the best word?
You guys still don't understand.
It's a man's word. Look at where Nigeria is going.
You still don't understand.
Guys, it's not a gender word. It's not man versus woman.
He's the one that started it.
It's not man
who started
versus
it?
women.
It's because you are speaking English, too much
It's not man
English.
versus women, and we really do have to go, so I want to stay on point. We're talking about masculine energy. There's a whole conversation on social media about how the best way to be a man and the best way to be a woman. Now, this episode is to dissect if they are regressing. For me, I want to know, are we being regressive? Or is it just the normal thing, this is standard state?
Well, this, like I said, masculine energy, feminine energy, it's just morals.
Do you think?
I know.
When someone like Andrew,
morals.
I'm so sorry to cut you short.
Yes.
So sorry.
Yes.
When someone like Andrew Tate gets on his podcast and says you're a man, you're supposed to dominate. You're supposed to.
No, there are certain people. There are certain things. Look, when an information is passed to you, you as a man that God has given a discerning spirit.
No,
is for you
it's
to be
not.
able
No,
to
don't
filter.
generalize. I know I'm cutting
The
you short.
moment
Wisdom.
information is out
Look,
there,
Bible
it's
says
hard to
wisdom
filter.
profited a man.
Olamide, let's focus.
What about kids that are
Wait,
watching
Faith. I just want to get this thing because he's the only guy here.
You're missing the point. I'm trying to make you.
Oh, make
So the point is that you're saying once the information gets out there, you're supposed to discern. You're
supposed to filter. This life, information. If you act based on what you receive, why do you think we have extremists? Why do you think we have religious extremists? Why do you think people overblow things the way it's not supposed to be? It's because they don't apply wisdom. Sometimes, you have people who are very, very influential. They have this tongue of a serpent. They can tell you things and you just buy into that idea. But it's in the place of your wisdom for you to understand that, look, I cannot 100% consume this information this person is telling me to act on.
See, I wanted to say something that you said now. There are some people who don't have the opportunity to filter. Like she said, the formative window.
That's very small.
That formative
even
window.
kids of 14 now have phones and they see everything.
My daughter
What's
is
the
4,
first
she
point
has a
of
phone.
socialization? I understand that you said some might not have, but you see a lot a kid learns from their parents. In fact, the formative years of a child is from the parents. They play a lot. Then your society plays a lot before you go to the phone. There are some certain things that you pick on that phone as a child. Your society would mold you totally.
But we are saying,
and they would remold you.
We are saying that you're not fully developed. You're not
You're an adult. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But you're not mentally.
You've passed. There's a rebellious stage where you start to doubt. Your parents have been telling you things all your entire life. So now you know that your parents are not 100% reliable. So you begin to learn outsiders. Okay, and then this is what is outside.
So you let them make mistakes. Mistakes is an aspect of growth. If people don't make mistakes, how would they learn? Sometimes you learn from people's mistakes, but sometimes
have you seen adolescents?
I have seen adolescents. Sometimes you make that.
So you understand what my point?
And look,
that kid's life is already
the place of. That's why I said you can't take away the place of mentorship. Do you understand? You can't, because look, the people you watch every day, the kind of messages you listen to every day would shape you. I understand that, but then if you listen to this particular person, wisdom should tell you. Wisdom, which is
Would you think a 23-year-old is wise?
Life in its sense is a lesson. Life itself is a lesson.
Or should I rephrase, a 23-year-old who gets dropped at school, gets picked up at school, goes to a private university, but has access to several gadgets because their parents are wealthy. Do you think they are life-wise?
Look, I'm not in the place to answer that. I think the thing is that every individual has their own part of life, right? The way a child who you have just painted would react to certain things is dependent on a lot of factors. Not just because they have access to that information. Number one, you also have to look at his family. Look at the society. Those are things that I'm
You're
trying to point out.
deflecting,
I'm not
Olawumi.
deflecting. I'm
I
just
feel
telling you
you're
the fact.
deflecting.
Maybe
I feel
because
you're
I'm making sense.
Let's
you
just
feel
try
I'm
to
deflecting.
answer the question. Do you think that a 23-year-old
Yes.
is a full-grown capacity adult?
If you're 18.
23.
If you're 18.
You are an adult.
Yes,
You are going with the law.
Yes, that's
what the law says.
now.
Okay.
18. You can make, that's the age of consent. So as long as you can consent to having sex, then you are an adult.
You know, I do find this conversation very, very interesting. I think I'm going to have a part 2. I haven't decided yet. But I wanted to say a big thank you to you guys for coming. Tayo, beautiful as always. Thank you for coming.
having me.
Olamide, ọkùnrin mẹ́wàá. Thank you.
Atabo. Put that atabo.
You are feeding his ego. This is what he likes.
Oh my God.
That's a man is seated here. What are you
Olamide, thank
saying?
you so much for coming. It was
you,
very
man.
brave of
Thank you. Thank
to,
you.
to, you know,
Sit.
Don't mention.
yeah,
Don't mention.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
mention.
This is no easy feat.
Don't mention. Don't mention.
Thank you so much. Faith, my small pepper. You wouldn't know that Faith is pepper by looking at her. But let me tell you something.
She's got shades for days.
That she actually does. Thank you so much for coming, Faith.
It's my
it was
pleasure.
really a pleasure.
It's my pleasure.
I look forward to having you on another episode. Alright, and that's all for today. Remember, you can follow the conversation across all social media platforms at Iravelstudios on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My name is Mobolawa Olawore, and it has been my ultimate pleasure hosting this episode. See you next time.
You are in for a beautiful ride in the red room. All your doubts and fear we cater to. We dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's what we're here to do. Yeah, we'll take you on a journey. Everybody, let's go. Whoa, gonna see your mind. Hey, hey, you better speak.